welcome back to our channel, Thrifty Day. Today I'm going to do a flip through of most of what we'll have available in our sale tomorrow. I do have a couple others we didn't get to finish, but this is most of them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. We're going to start with the covers. So here is Donald Duck in Disneyland. I love this fabric because it reminds me of Fantasyland. This is Monsters, but it's actually Pixar theme. When we flip through, you'll see that it's all Pixar, or a lot of Pixar. This is Pluto and the Adventure of the Golden Scepter. I think I did a flip through of that one, so we'll just go through that one quickly. Very vintage Dumbo with very vintage fabric. Star Wars. I did a little pre-flip through of that one too. That's very vintage. So we'll go through that one quickly too. Peter Pan. And that's a Disney's Wonderful World of Reading book. I love doing those ones. Those ones have been really fun because they're a little bit bigger, so they're fun. Frosty the Snowman, Christmas. Pretty soon I'm going to have a whole Christmas sale. I'm trying to get ready for that. And very vintage Sleeping Beauty. Probably my favorite copy I've ever come across. So let's get started. I'll start with the ones I haven't done at all. Flip through it all first, and then we'll kind of go through the ones I have briefly. And we'll do them quickly just so we can kind of make some time here. Okay, so let's start with Donald Duck in Disneyland. Very vintage, obviously. Adorable inside cover. The pictures are amazing. I added this vintage ad that actually came out of a book. I mean, are you kidding? The graphics are amazing. And many of them now have a little postcard with Eliza Ryan design art in there. This is one of my favorite parts. It's from a book that was shaped like Mickey Mouse. Oh my gosh, so cute. The Mark Twain. The images in this book are amazing. I love them so much. Let me get it in frame a little bit better, sorry. I also added this book. It's Mickey and the Magic Cloak. I added a few of those pages just because they're so beautiful. It's another one of those Mickey pages with Pluto. These are so awesome to use behind photos, so I really like to add them, those paint swatches. Oh, look at some jumbo cards. You can see there's some fun stuff over there. Mrs. Potts on the back. Added a lot of scrapbook paper for you to create. There's Donald Duck. Train conductor. There's Mickey and Minnie in a little bag. You know how much I love using little bags. There's more Mickey and the Magic Cloak. Lots of journaling pages. The Jungle Cruise. Oh, that's coming off. Here's a very vintage playing card. I love that. The three little pigs. More Jungle Cruise on that side. Let's see here. Nothing fun on that one. There's some more of that ad. I love it so much. So fun. Rivers of America down there. Stagecoach. It's a full page, which is really kind of fun. Really neat little print of Disneyland, a vintage Disneyland ad. There's that more of that Mickey and the Magic Cloak. I just love that book. The images are amazing. So, oh, Casey Jr. That is so cute. Donald getting reprimanded. A little Minnie Mouse envelope there. There's another one of those book pages. Oh, look at Mickey and Minnie. How cute is that? Right next to a little Pluto bag I tossed in there. I just love it. Here is, which one is the blue one? Huey, Dewey, or Louie? Comment below if you know. In the little Peter Pan ride at Disneyland. I love adding flashcards. Here's a vintage family portrait card. Captain Hook. Atopia. Oh, so cute. I don't know why I'm not keeping this one. Now that I'm flipping through, I'm like, I should keep it. Here's a clear little bag you could use to put photos in or mementos, but it has the Fab Five all over it, and it's very vintage looking. More Atopia. Here's a little goodies bag with a little 2-cent stamp and a tag. Like adding those. There's a different book page of that Mickey and the Magic Cloak. There's another Mickey shape page. How cute is that? Oh, look at Mickey Mouse. So adorable. Donald and his nephews. There he is in Tomorrowland. And now I'm going to try to start leaving our P.O. box in the back of our books so that if you want to write to us, we would love that very much. So we're trying to include that. So that's Donald Duck in Disneyland. Will be available tomorrow in our stories. So let me move on to the next one. This is Sleeping Beauty, my favorite copy that I've ever come across. So beautiful. I picked some vintagey floral fabric. And there is somebody did write their name, and I'm not trying to cover it, but I did not want to cover this incredible, incredible page. So I put it on that side. The images are amazing. There's some more Eliza Ryan design prints in there. This is a VHS cover. Yay! I love that one though because Maleficent's on it. And I love me some Maleficent. These images, stop. Something about the artwork in Sleeping Beauty that is just so dreamy. Look at, there's Ariel on that card. I'd like to think that my crib looked like that when I was born. There's Maleficent, just being so fabulous. The colors of Maleficent are amazing. Here's some princess scrapbooking paper. This is from a vintage Sleeping Beauty book, but like the really big ones. I trimmed them down to size so that they can fit in your book and you have like a whole different layer. A little Rapunzel envelope. There's just some more ephemera slipped in there. Added some Tinkerbell stickers. Merryweather, she's my favorite. I try to keep the theme going throughout this book. So pink and blue, make it pink, make it blue. I love that. This is also from that larger Sleeping Beauty storybook. I thought a king card was appropriate since the king is in here. Here's the back of that VHS. Here's a little bag that I think is fun because you can use this in your scrapbooking by just taping it on there, and you could put mementos in there. I put a little playing card in there, but you can take that out and put whatever you want in there. Who else agrees that Briar Rose was just so beautiful? I loved her in her little Briar Rose outfit. Fairies. Disneyland. There she is in her blue dress. Are you more pink or more blue? I don't know what team I am. I think I'm going to say blue because Dodgers. So here's more pink and more blue. And this is when they were sneaking her back to the castle. This is another picture and page from the big storybook, Sleeping Beauty. Here's Sleeping Beauty again on a flashcard. Flashcards are so fun to use in your scrapbooking or junk journaling. Look at that picture. Oh my gosh. These pages I absolutely love. Here's more pink and blue. Like I said, I do try to stay in the theme. And roses for Briar Rose. Oh, iconic. These images remind me most of the walkthrough in Disneyland. So I think that's why I love this book so much. Here's more of that little 2-cent stamps and little ephemera tape in there. It's so cute. There's another little flashcard. I like this one though because it reminded me of the cottage when she's Briar Rose. So here's some washi tape that you can reuse, and it has roses on it for Briar Rose. And there we go. I just love this one. The images are incredible. Look at that. And oh, stop. Look at that. There's our castle. So that is a beautiful one with a it's so vintage. That's the back. It's so weird. I love it though. Such a great copy. So Sleeping Beauty, she will also be available tomorrow. Okay, let's go ahead and go through Monsters. It isn't just Monsters, it is all Pixar. I chose some really fun fabric I'd been saving to use for the spine. And the first thing you see is Onward, because it is not just Monsters, it is all Pixar. So it's Monsters cover, Onward's the first thing you see, and here we are right into a Nemo VHS cover. Sword in the Stone. Oh, that's my favorite. Here's a little Up page. I thought that was neat. Oh, I put a fabric page in this one because this very much reminds me of Up. I don't know why. I think Paradise Falls, but I also showed how you can just use a safety pin and put tags on there. Make it creative. Flashcards. There's Coco. So you're going to find lots of different Pixar in here. I put a little Dia de los Muertos sticker in there. And there's Wally poking through. I do try to use bright colored pages when I work with Pixar because when I think of Pixar, I think it's very bright. And that's what I love about it. The colors are so catching. Here's some Monsters. Do try to add a lot of journaling. Oh, there's Cars. the Cars ride at California Adventure is one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. Even though I can't say Cars is one of my favorite movies, it's good. I like it, but that ride. Some more Monsters Inc. And of course, Bugs Life. And there's Finding Dory. Little Dory in there. I thought these were good, kind of Monsters Inky kind of colors, so I thought that was fun to put that vellum in there. Here's some more Coco, a little bag with a ticket and a Monsters tag. Here's the more fabric pages. I'm going to do a whole YouTube on how to use those fabric pages, because some of you might be like, how on earth am I supposed to use that? Well, I will show you. Well, I'll hopefully inspire you. There's some Toy Story stickers, some writing goodies, the back of that VHS, Onward, more Coco. So just lots of goodies. There's Inside Out. You're going to find a lot of different Pixar in here. And this was a Toy Story bag I thought would be fun to scrapbook with. There's some more Finding Nemo. There's Marlin. I believe that's Marlin poking out there. And this is cute. It's a little Monsters Inc. bag that you can scrapbook with, filled with confetti. And that confetti actually reminds me a lot of Inside Out. So interesting to see how you use it. There's some Toy Story Buzz. Eve. Just lots of goodies in this one. There's Sid. Talk about a great villain, man. Onward. Lots of goodies in this one. Lots of Pixar goodness. So there's some more Monsters Inc. These stickers are so cute. Look at those. Buzz Lightyear. I love this one. This one came out really, really fun. Pixar's always fun to create because it's so bright and cheery. Ends with Coco. And that's my Pixar themed one, and that will be in our sale tomorrow. So let's move on because we have lots to go through, and let's go on over to Christmas. I am thinking about having an all Christmas sale very soon. So if that's something you're interested in, please comment below, because I just want to get an idea of how many I should make, who's interested now. I know it's early, but if you're making these, you got to get started early. So I did add different books. It's not just Frosty. This is the night before Christmas. That's a little snowman tag on this gingham fabric page. Little replica ad there. This book is from the 12 Days of Christmas. And this is another little mini page from a book. Some vintagey wrapping paper. Of course, bags and doilies. I put those in every book. Here's some vintage Christmas wrapping paper. Tags. Frosty is so cute. Here's a vintage card I told you in my last flip through. This is also from that same collection that I got at an estate sale. It's extremely vintage, and it's extremely fun to scrapbook with. Cards are the best. I mean, obviously, especially for Christmas. So there's Santa in there peeking out. Some vintage Christmas text with some gingham paper. I feel like gingham is so Christmas. That's why I use it a lot. Some little chenille candy canes for you, because it's so cute. There's that wrapping paper. Here's a wrapping paper swatch that you can scrapbook with. It's so cute. It's just my middle name. It's just so fun to scrapbook with wrapping paper for Christmas. I mean, I use it year round, all wrapping paper. Here's another fabric page, but especially for Christmas. There we go, another fabric page. Some cute little ephemera. This is a vintage Christmas card I sewed in, so we'll get to the other half soon. Some textured Christmas paper with a Santa Claus. This is a vintage bag, little gift bag. I bought those at a yard sale one time. I mean, I think like 50 came in it. I've been using those for years. Little Mickey ephemera. It's the other half of that little page. Some more vintage wrapping paper. Gotta love vintage. Cute little cards. Here's some super 90s stickers that are adorable. Oops, skipped a page. Sorry about that. This washi tape you can take off and reuse. Here's the little velvet bow. So anytime you see it, just get a little stocking. So cute. Just very carefully take it off, and you can actually reuse it. So here's a little bag with some little goodies, some little holly and a hat. Let's see, where were we? Oh, Mickey Mouse, the cutest. Oh, I love it. Okay, here's the other half of that card that I sewed in. It's a vintage card. It says Christmas greetings from our house. More fabric pages, which I think are perfect for Christmas, to stick little felt ornaments on. There's Frosty. Adorable. This will be in our sale tomorrow. One more Christmas. You can never start too early when it comes to Christmas. So I think I already did a flip through with this one on our stories, so I'll kind of go through this one kind of quickly. But this is vintage. This is vintage bedding that I treated so that it could be used as a page, so it's not super loose. These are vintage Disney comic books. You could see Huey, Dewey, and Louie in there. They are vintage. They are not replica. These are the real deal. I think that's what makes it really special. I love this book. Here's another one of those collectible cards. I think they're from like the 90s, maybe the 80s, but I think the 90s. Those stars, I call those VIP stickers because I use them in everything. Let's see, little tag up there. So fun. Just lots of storybook pages, lots of fun stuff. Here's the other half of that little comic book with Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Scrooge McDuck. This is just a very nostalgic one. I love it. Look at Minnie with the bikes, the balloons. I will be doing a YouTube about how I treat my fabric to make it usable as pages. I have a few more lined up before I start doing those sort of DIYs, but I will be doing them because I got a lot of really good feedback, so I definitely will. Here's another bag. Look at, here is the fairy, and tells the story of what that's all about. Oh, Minnie Mouse, stop, I just can't. Here's another comic book with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, very vintage. It's Scrooge McDuck. You know I love those 2-cent stamps. I use them in everything and I try to send them all the time. They're just so cute. I love stamps. I have a stamp collection all of a sudden, and you'll see them a lot in my Christmas book when I start doing more DIYs. Here is a vintage Snow White card. I had one left from that set, and so I put it in this magic memory book. Pluto, band conductor Mickey, so cute. Donald and Mickey. Donald's always huffing and puffing trying to beat Mickey. How cute is that? Donald with his nephews. Our address, if you want to send us a card, we'd love it. We use it. We scrapbook with it. So that is Pluto and the Scepter. That was a really fun one to make because I have never made a Walt Disney World one. So that was exciting. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is actually, oops, sorry, trying to grab everything. I'm going to show you Dumbo. This is an extremely vintage copy. I actually had to reinforce it a little bit because it was so old and dinged up, but I think I did a good job and it's pretty solid now. It's vintage fabric on the spine. I try to use vintage whenever possible, but look at the inside. Oh, this one's so beautiful. Dumbo's very special to me. Look at the inside page. I used to sing Baby Mine to all 3 of my girls. Seems like just yesterday. Look at that. There, a little train, so cute. I try to add different book pages in all my books, so this is obviously from a smaller Wonderful World of Reading book. And, oh, so sad. But look at that. This is from one of the large storybooks. It's a different book, and I cut it down to size to fit. Oh, so sweet. More scrapbooking paper and stars. The other half of that little page. Some flashcards. Very vintage ephemera up there at the top. Children with balloons at the circus. That's really fun. This is another one of the big storybooks. So it's a daisy bag. Dumbo with his mama. I couldn't help but add the popcorn bag to scrapbook with. I've actually made a whole page around that, so if you wanted to look in our previous YouTube for some inspiration, you can find that there. Here's another little page from a different Dumbo book that I sewed into the cover. There's some little stickers and hearts. Little tags in there for you to start scrapbooking. There's a horn going off behind me. Here's a little mini bag with a little tag you can make a bookmark out of. Here's another Wonderful World of Reading book. A lot of you have asked where I get my books and my ephemera from, and the reality is I have collected for over 20 years. So my collection seems to know no end, and I'm very lucky that I try to mix in 2 to 3 books in every Magic Memory book I make. So you get a lot of vintage goodness when you order from me, and I do mix it in with replica vintage, but like this is all vintage. And this book is very vintage, so cute. And I think that's what makes it a little bit special. Oh, so cute. Love it. You know, these are my favorite covers in the back, the yellow ones. So that's Dumbo. Also will be available in our stories tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and go through Star Wars now. I did a quick flip through before. That's very vintage. I've had these curtains for over a decade. I found them at a thrift store for like $2, and I have tons of them, and I just save them. So the book is not vintage, but the curtain spine is. And these pictures were awesome. So this is part of the curtains. I treated it so it could be a page. You can hot glue things onto it. You can pin things onto it. Here's a Batu map. I have that because I was there the day, one of the days Batu opened. I can't even remember now. I'd have to look. But I thought it'd be fun to add in some of these special Star Wars books because I don't get to make a lot of Star Wars books. It's hard to come across them. So when I get one, I'm excited to make it. That's actually from the top of a VHS box. Yeah, so this was a really fun book to come across to be able to create. X-Wing fighters. So you could see, just use that washi tape again. Darth Vader in a vintage curtain that I made into a page. So this was a really fun book to come across. I was really excited because Star Wars is just rare. This was actually a scrap from when I made the pages, so I put it on in there. I don't waste anything. I'm not kidding when I tell y'all I keep everything. Everything. I also sewed in a little gold page because that seemed very thematic. Journaling, replica ads, R2-D2 in there. Such a great scene. Darth Vader, the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, so this is really fun. You can actually see Batu up there. So this was a great one to make. It will also be available in my sale tomorrow. So I hope whoever gets that loves it. We have one more, and it's Peter Pan. This is a Wonderful World of Reading. That's a tongue twister book. And so it's a little bit bigger. I've been making at least one of these for every sale for the past few weeks because they're hard to get your hands on sometimes, the good ones. And I was really happy when I found this Peter Pan one. So this is actually from a big storybook. It's not from the original storybook. I cut it down to size to fit. This is also from a different storybook. I'm trying to look. Oh no, this might actually be from the original one. This is actually from a book in a totally different language. I don't know what it is. I'll show you. I want to say it's, no, I'm not even going to guess. I wanted to say French, but I'm not sure. So also from a big storybook. There they are. It's so cute. Captain Hook. I do try to keep it thematic. That's why that's green. There's Wendy. Lots of little goodies in there. This is vintage fabric that I thought fit in very well. So this is from that book in what I want to say is French, but I'm not sure, so don't hold me to it. This is from the larger storybook. It's fun to add it in there. I love this. I love these little half pages because you can just clip a picture on there and it just adds so much dimension to your page and your layout. This is from an entirely different book. It was a collection of stories and Peter Pan happened to be in there. So that was fun. There's a little tiny tiger lily from a very vintage Peter Pan book. I actually think it might have been from my personal Peter Pan book that I use that I've done a flip through before. Okay, here's the language. If you know it, comment below, because I don't know what it is. So somebody help me. So please tell me. So yeah, there's lots of goodies in this one. This is a very special one. There are so many different books in here. This is a totally different book. There's so many different Peter Pan books in here that whoever gets this one, it's really, really special. And so I hope you really love it. It's something I had a lot of fun making. See, here's the language again. Help me. What is it? comment below, please, please, please. And then tell me what that says. I added some little Disney money in there. So I hope whoever gets this one loves Peter Pan and loves the book. It was a lot of fun to make. So tomorrow I will announce the time of my sale. I don't have one yet because we're like a zoo over here and it's just crazy town. So it will be mid-morning-ish. So keep your eye on our stories. We'll let y'all know then. We'll post everything individually. This is not everything, but this is most of it. I do have another Peter Pan that I haven't finished. It looks just like the one that I made. And I have a Coco for sure. Those two for sure. So I haven't finished them, but they will be a part of this sale. So these ones were fun though because they're done. So thank you so much for tuning in. Leave any questions below because it's easier for me to see them on here and answer them. My DMs seem to get flooded, so I miss them sometimes. So please leave the messages here because I'm always checking YouTube comments because they're just easier to see. So thank you so much. I hope you love it all. Let me know what you want to see more of because I am listening. So thank you. Have a good one. See you tomorrow on our sale on Instagram. Bye.